Have you been wondering what singles should I be buying right now, or short-term, long-term plays? What singles do I think are going to pop off? I've got something for you in today's video. Let's get right into it. And if it's first time to the channel, appreciate you tuning in. PokeMatrix 54, we talk all things market, trends, single sealed investing, all the above. Oh, by the way, do you see little fat boy Chunky Chew in the background? Just picked that bad boy up. Found a really good deal under market price, decent amount under market price. It's sealed. It's got 8 packs, 3 Sword and Shield packs, I believe Chilling Reign, Vivid Voltage, and I can't remember the third. Darkness Ablaze, probably. Anyways, let's get right into it. This is mostly going to be a singles talk video. Also, while I've got that loading up, not so funny story. Our local stores, Best Buy, Targets, etc., they sometimes will put out product in the same day, so people tend to wait in line, right? Like everywhere. But thankfully, I didn't go that morning, but people waited in line for hours for Target and then for Best Buy. Target ended up having zero, nothing. And then Best Buy, the manager comes in, zero, nothing. Wow. I'm glad I didn't waste my several hours getting there early, but let me know in the comments. Has that happened to you? Is that a common thing where you think stores are going to get product on a certain day and they just don't? So you just wasted hours and hours waiting in line? If that's something that you do, drop a comment below. I'd appreciate it. All right. So I've got to think to myself, if everyone's going certain areas, whatever's getting it more attention these days, as far as a new set, new item, new SIR, new rarity type, I'm gonna try to look elsewhere, right? I think that's a strategy that is good to adopt if you're investing in singles. So, what are things that people kind of maybe forgot about? It's a cyclical hobby. It's a fast-moving hobby. So often, something people talked about just 2, 3, 4 weeks ago can be forgotten by a new set. So, still a new set, but nobody's really talking about it much. Everyone's hating on Perfect Order. I think long term, it's going to do fairly well, especially with all the kind of rumors and talk of Pokemon only printing a set number of booster boxes because they're trying to focus more on smaller SKU numbers that get more packs, 3 pack blisters, sleeve boosters, things like that. This Raticate here, it's an original 151. It's got a nice cameo of its pre-evolution Rattata in the background. For about $3 to $4, I'm absolutely going to be picking more of these up at the next card show. And I do put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to show you my binder today, but I absolutely do buy these singles that I'm talking about. Something that I do have a few of. So I think the Raticate. So let me preface it with this. Perfect Order. Pokemon's doing something weird right now. Because the latest set Chaos, you have Wave 1. Wave 2 is shipping now at LGS's, at distributors. And the set before that, this one, Perfect Order, has had Wave 1, but they haven't put out Wave 2 yet. So it's a bit odd that the set after that has already gotten their Wave 1 and 2, which is Chaos, but yet this set hasn't. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to prioritize certain things with the printers. I have no idea, but just a little nugget to keep in mind. And I want to go back for 1 minute on Perfect Order and say, don't sleep on this Starmie. He doesn't get featured that often. This, I think, is one of maybe the best Starmie card we've ever gotten. And at 65, recent sales have been at the low 60s. I'm saying don't buy this one just yet. Wait for Wave 2 of Perfect Order as more people tend to open. I think maybe this could go down. But if that card goes down to around the $50 range, to me it feels like a screaming buy. I think I'm going to have to pick one of those up if it gets to that price. And I think it very well could because Perfect Order is not super popular. right? Wave 2 hasn't come out yet. Hopefully it will soon. And then, so we talked about Raticate. Another one that caught my eye here is, I'm not going to say much about it. Doubblade's not super popular. I get that. But I think it's a really awesome artwork, kind of with the background theme of the character. And guys, at $2 to $3, y'all know I'm a poor boy. I like cheap singles. I like cheap sealed products when I can find them. I think I like Doublade at two bucks. And this one, I know I've talked about it before when it was 50 cents. Now it is recent sales for the Hollow are around, well, I guess the reverse hollow is kind of skewing the prices. This is still around a 50 to 70 cent card. You can argue the reverse hollow is $3, and I'm not saying don't go for it. I mean, if you like the reverse hollow more, fine. But if you didn't know, Gengar had this same exact card as a GameStop promo for Perfect Order release day. That's the insane one that's going for several hundred, $300-$400, and in a PSA 10 in the thousands. This is that same artwork. It's just regular, no stamp. So I'm picking these up. I picked a couple up at the last show. If people have them, that's the thing, is it's just a regular hollow. It's cheap. Not a lot of people have them in their binder or have them on tables. But if they do, don't ever bet against Gengar. And when you can find a hollow Gengar, you're telling me this isn't going to be a $5 card someday? It's 50 cents right now. I don't think it can get any cheaper than that, even after Wave 2. Pick this card up, please. You won't regret it. At 50 cents, the poorest of the poor boys like me, you have nothing to lose. Anyone can afford a 50-cent Gengar. All right, segueing into, you guessed it, another Gengar. Why am I bringing this one up? I'm saying this with caution because supposedly this summer we're getting some big boxes of Ascended Heroes. I think it's now confirmed sometime in July for a big heavy hitters Sam's Club exclusive box. So that's going to bring a bunch more packs to the market. And maybe there's been rumors of a Costco one. I don't know that yet. Look, it's a new set, right? It's only three or four sets ago. They're gonna be printing this well into the future. I get it, but just something to take a look at because it held very very steady for $190 to $100, and it's starting to take a nosedive. Where is it going to land and plateau? We don't know that yet, but it is taking a nosedive. I'm okay picking this up at around 60 to 70 bucks. I know it's creeping right around 75 right now, but I'm just saying that because it's currently in a nosedive. That doesn't mean it's crashing. It just means, I don't know, more coming to market or people aren't valuing it as much. I don't see why not because these aren't that easy to pull. They're like 1 in every 20, but there's a bunch of Mega Attack rares. So I'd say this is one to just keep your eye on. I know it's a bit pricey. Keep your eye on it. When it starts to plateau, I think that's the time to buy because it probably won't get any cheaper. I can't see in today's market this ever being under a $50 to $55 card. I don't know if it's going to plateau at that point. I'm just guessing, but something to keep an eye on. All right, we got a few more from Ascended Heroes, and I think Hitmontop being the first, it doesn't get featured very often, and I just don't think. Yeah, there's not a ton of people who collect Hitmontop, but Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, kind of has vibes of the original 151, right? This just feels like kind of the Bubble Mew artwork ish. I just have a feeling, okay? And usually I'm right long term on those. This is one of those. I think at $9, you got to pick this one up. I think this is going to be a good pickup long term. I could easily see this being a $20 card in the not too distant future. And that statement, I believe, could be said about the next two we're going to look at. Ethan's Macargo, again, just an awesome artwork featuring the trainer, featuring the Pokemon itself. At $8, I think this is a solid pickup too. That's what I'd be looking at. There's a few other good ones. The last one I'm going to talk about is Hops Trevenant. A little bit more kind of funny, goofy. He's kind of laughing in the background. They're probably just playing a little game. Anyway, you got Hop, you got his Trevenant at actually around $6. Let's look at recent sales. Around the $6 to $7 mark. I don't think this has kind of been all over the place, but I mean that's pretty close to $5. And for an illustration rare of a really popular set, Ascended Heroes, that a lot of people are supposedly keeping sealed, that's up for debate because people don't hold as long as you think they do. They really don't. Eventually stuff gets sold, eventually stuff gets open, and that happens sooner than you think. I think this is a good pickup though, around the $6 range, $6 to $7, $8 range. I know it's got lowest recent sales. This one's listed for 8, but if you can find this for 7 or under, I think it's an awesome pickup. And this one kind of pains me to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because I remember back in the day opening celebrations, like opening this one of boxes like this Fat Boy Pikachu box behind me, and I remember my daughter pulling an Umbreon in one of those, so that was pretty sick. But an Umbreon, the Gold Star remake of the old one. Anyways, this Pikachu card back in the day was pulled and out of those booster packs so often. This was like, if I remember right, back then, not really well received. It was like $1 card all day long. Nobody wanted it. So for it to finally get its day in the sun, I'm happy for it because I've got several copies of these and I'm holding them. I'm going to wait until the 30th anniversary actually hits and then sell quite a bit of duplicates of celebrations that I have. This being one of them, I've got probably at least a dozen or more copies of it. Honestly, I'm picking them up even now if they're a good price because this is only going to get higher. It's Pikachu. The 30th is going to feature like what, a subset of 20 or 30 Pikachu cards in addition to the main set. I'd really, honestly, now that I'm saying it, never noticed, but right up here, if you look close, there's a Caterpie peeking behind the tree. I never even noticed that. And I've got dozens of these cards. So, it's just cool. You can, now that you look at it, there's a Parasect also in the background to the left here where my mouse is. These artists like to throw in these little cameos, and sometimes they're really hard to find. But it's just a cool little Easter egg. I think this is a staple back to the OG. This is kind of the fat Pikachu they call him, kind of like the one behind me in this Celebrations box. I don't think this is a bad pickup because I think this will probably likely be a $14 to $16 to $18 card in a few months. So this would be a short-term play that I'd be looking at. I'd say $14 to $18 card once the 30th releases in a few months. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know. Drop a comment down below if you've got any other singles you want me to look at that you think, hey, Matrix, you're a fool for not looking at these. I'm buying these right now. Let me know what it is. We're here to share knowledge and just talk about the hobby. Try to make it fun, right? Because it's not always fun with people buying and selling and fights in lines. But we just try to ignore that. Just have a good time. And if kind of an honorable mention, I want to, if you stuck around this long, I've got a little glitch in the Matrix update for you. But what am I picking up personally sealed? I know this is a singles video. To me, I think you can't go wrong right now with Prismatic. I know everyone's kind of, it's in a lull, a downward trajectory, but with all the other sets, but I still think long term this is going to be an awesome pickup. So the ETB, the booster bundle, whatever you can find in Prismatic, I think is going to be very, very strong growth long term. Something else, speaking of celebrations lately, I think your best value is probably going to be in these Lance's Charizard V and Sylveon V boxes. Because like I said in a recent video, they have 4 booster packs. The basically that's pack price is about 35 each, so you're getting 4. So that's $140 right there. That's basically the cost of the box, and you're getting 2 additional packs. So what I'm telling y'all is look for a certain variant of that V box. Where did it go? Because some of those, for their 2 additional packs above the celebrations, they had Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. Some of them didn't. It's kind of more of the poop sets like Battle Styles and Chilling Reign, which I still think are okay. But if you can find one for 140, you've got instant profit. You could break that down, sell the packs, and probably sell the Evolving Skies for at least $40 right now, the way that's going off. So that's kind of my 2 cents. And glitch in the matrix time. We have something that I did mention before. Wanted to give y'all an update. It's kind of taken tiny bit of a dip, but still around close to a $500 ETB. And look, if you don't know ETBs from PC versions, PCs are way more exclusive, extremely more exclusive, and rightfully so. They should be, and most of them are, 2 to 3 times the value of a normal ETB. I'm going to keep hammering this home. I did pick one up at the last card show after some sales that I had a few weeks ago, or maybe a week or two ago. Like, this was in the 500s. Now it's already starting to creep up. This has to start creeping up even more. If you find one of these and you have the extra cheddar to spare for around $600, I think this is an awesome pickup. It's still so close to the same price as the normal ETB counterpart. This one's way more exclusive. Way more exclusive. And with the Bubble Mew doing what it's doing, those Black Label sales in the 200Ks, the actual PSA 10 approaching, I think, $4,000, the card itself now crossing over the $1,000 mark, as you see here on recent sales. Holy crap, $1,200 just the other day. And look, this isn't a one-hit wonder set. Charizard is nothing to sneeze at. This is probably my favorite card in the set over Bubble Mew. But it's over $300 now. Gardevoir here, you got a trio of really awesome, powerful SIRs. Gardevoir here is about to eclipse, I believe, 200. Oh, it kind of already has. Recent sales are above 200. So what can you say? I mean, Paldean Fates is something you're going to want to own. I get it if you're late to the party and it's too late, right? Because everything's already high. But if you've got some money and you're willing to drop it on Paldean Fates, trust me, this box, this is the glitch. It's still a glitch. At the regular ETB being at 500, this PC version being just over 6, that's a $100 difference. That is nothing, because like I said, PC versions are often 2 to 3x the regular ETB counterparts. Anyways, that's all I've got. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a blessed day, week, weekend, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.